Welcome to M&A Talk, the number one podcast on all things related to mergers and acquisitions. Brought to you by Morgan & Westfield, a nationwide leader in mergers and acquisitions for small to mid-market companies. We bring you exclusive interviews with industry experts in business sales, valuation, private equity, investment banking, and more. It's our mission to provide you with insight and guidance on how to build your company's bottom line and maximize value for eventual sale. Here's your host, Jacob.
So what's the main difference between selling to a strategic versus a PE firm?
Strategic buyers are usually going to be buyers that are in the same exact industry as the seller. So they would have their own team of operating managers, and they're going to have an intimate knowledge of the business. So for the most part, the seller managers or owners, they certainly won't be needed after a year or so. They might try to fit in with a buyer, but they're really going to be duplicative and probably not needed. So when you sell to a strategic, you got to be aware of that fact.
So if you're selling to a PE firm, you pretty much need to plan to stick around for, a minimum of 2 to 3 years?
I think that's generally the case. Again, all companies have their own unique facets, and so do PE firms, the way they like to do business. But that's a reasonable expectation.
So we talked about a lot in the show. We've covered many, many aspects of private equity. Anything else that you'd like to cover that you think a business owner should know about private equity, how the industry works, and potentially selling to a private equity firm?
Well, I think a lot of middle market companies are going to find private equity funds to be the best buyers. They're going to offer the highest price. They're going to have some knowledge about your business. They probably won't be experts like your competitors. A lot of the competitors may not be in a buying mood. So a PE fund, particularly for a middle market, is going to be a good option. They'll probably offer a reasonable price, and hopefully you get along with them. From an investor's point of view, if I'm an investor or say an entrepreneur that's cashed out and I've got $50 million in my bank account, I would not advise investing in a PE fund as a limited partner. I don't think it's a attractive investment compared to the public markets. But from an operating point of view, if I'm selling a company, I think a PE fund would be a very logical buyer.